Good evening to you. Today I want to begin a topic. At least I want to start on it, and maybe I'll be able to finish it, complete it, maybe tonight or on another day. It's about living your life in the latter half with the better half. So this is a common topic that people don't think too much about. This is about half time in life. You know, games like football and rugby has half time, and then how many goals you have got, and in the process how injured you have been, and how much more there is to life that you may not have got into. These are the concerns that are of our study today. So common characteristics of the first part of the success season are a rushed life, because you were doing, you were not thinking too much. Now you are 43 years old, and probably your children are 15, and at the time they most desperately need your help, but you should have begun this at 40. So 40 is the time in life you may get caught up with your generational or hereditary diseases like diabetes, hypertension, glaucoma, bronchial asthma, what you call the intrinsic asthma, and things like that. Hope none of those have come to you, but those are the things that come at you with the rushed life as well. Then you are very passionate for what you are doing. Now you need to keep check on how that is. Then you are always in the warrior mode, taking more and taking more, maybe cutting corners in the more important things of life as health, sleep, rest, relationships, and so on. So at 43 you come to half-time calculation, how better to do the next phase of your life. Even if you don't have another 43 years, which you may if you're like Prince Philip, the husband of Queen Elizabeth, at 99 betting on, yet it is called half-time because it took you to get this success 43 years. It took you 43 years. So by 17 to 24, you got trained for what will make you successful. At 20, from 24 to 33, you hopefully worked in the same field, if not in the same phase, same place. And then 33 to 43, you began to harvest the success of life. So in the first 14 years, you grew roots, hopefully good brain tracts and so on. I am comparing life to a tree. And in the next 14 to 24, you grew your trunk. Then from 24 to 33, you grew your branches. Of course, growing the trunk meant that you met your life partner, who is for life. She or he becomes part of your trunk. Then so 24 to 33, you grew your branches, and then from 33 onwards, you began to enjoy the fruit of your branches. So there are three kinds of branches: the lower branches that give you stability, the middle branches that give you the most of the fruit, and the higher branches and the leaves that gather a lot of, absorb a lot of sunlight and so on. So that's the tree allegory. So how you're 43 now, how are your roots? There are different clips for your seasons of life. So from 14 to 24, I have one clip. 24 to 33, I have another clip. 33 to 43, I have another clip. Now today it's about 43 and beyond. So at 43, you know that now you hopefully have your stabilizing branches, long relationships you made, and you have your middle branches that are going to be productive, hopefully for life, and then you have the upper branches that give you the more sunlight and the visibility and so on. So how are your roots, the real roots that sustain you and still nourishes you? How are the roots? So this is you are at the end of your rushed life, or you may be still rushing, passionate, warrior mode. You took on everything that you came your way, the presidency of whatever club and all that, professional association, and so on. Then you were accepting any responsibility that came your way because you felt world was the limit. Then you were very focused on the thing that you got where you are. But now kids are 15 or getting there, and you begin to say, now how do I separate my time? How do I calculate my time? How do I divide my time? So the hyper focus, you have to now decide on what you really focus on. Then of course you have been accumulating respect, wealth, importance, success, what else, a house or two, yes, friends, of course. You have been accumulating all this. Now you are in the last part of the success season. You are looking at facing the reality. Now you know that you can't juggle all these balls together. You know, sometimes in the olden days, at the gate of a hospital, sometimes men juggle, bottles or whatever, skittles or whatever. You have been doing that. Now you are facing the reality. What do I give up? What do I continue with? The home or work environment. How is home? Is it peaceful, or is tensions coming up? You know, tensions are putting stretch on everything you have. And you know, any man or any woman has a certain tensile strength. Before it snaps, you have to reduce the tension. That's the idea of tensile strength. Then comes success panic. That is to say, you are now thinking, can you keep being successful, keep the thing going as much as possible and even increasing? No, you have to choose your priorities now. So you have home, I like to put it first. You have your home, marital relationship, I like to put that together. Your kids are growing now, they are entering teens or have entered teen, and soon they will say, we know more than you. Before that happens, you have to be leading them. I've been telling this all the time, that please read my last clip, 161, the 12 things that are coming against your children, against the teens of the world. You have to be their leader. And then this is what success panic is. How do I keep doing the best things that came to me in success? Then the fourth point is success loses its luster. You may be there. You may be getting wiser and saying, the things that really drove me and got my dopamine and adrenaline going are no more that exciting. Maybe I should be concentrating on some other things. If you are thinking like that, you are on the right track, yes. Then the last one is, now you are transitioning or getting understanding about why you need to get into significance. What is that? I want to get it from an old passage that God gave. He said, I'm blessing you, which means keep your relationship with the Good Shepherd from his head to your head and other heads that you have to look after, including as head of home, head of institution, head of a workplace. So there's a head above you that begins a blessing that comes. It's a little like a waterfall. It falls on you, and from your head it falls on to your marriage and next generation, or your workplace, because you are a head. You understand, you're a head. So there is this desire for significance. Where does that come from? Because that blessing must keep flowing, first to be fruitful. That's what you are doing between, I told you, up to 14 to 24, you grew your trunk. Then you grew your roots. 14 to 24, you grew your roots. 24 to 33 came the trunk, became stronger. Life partner became part of your trunk, and you began to merge, and you grew your branches. And then from 33 to 43, you were enjoying the fruit of those branches. How is it now? So you are not neglecting your roots, you are not neglecting your trunk, you are not neglecting your branches, but now you are saying, I need to now concentrate on others becoming trees, if you get that allegory. From fruit, the seed becomes trees. So your own children and your own children, and in your work field, there are others, success loses its luster. And you're looking at desire and significance. You're thinking on these lines. How much am I going to juggle with all what I have been juggling with up to this time? So that is good thinking. It's not bad thinking. Don't think it's depression. No, it is a God sign, the Good Shepherd telling you, now it is time to quieten down and think of growing an orchard. Don't be a single tree. Firstly, your marriage will suffer. Secondly, your kids will suffer. Now you have to think of your kids as trees on their own right. Up to now, they were just part of your own success story. Up to now, you were thinking that when they win a prize, you win a prize. When they get placed first in class, you said, my boy came first. Or you, and when he does well at sports, it's all about you. Now it's not all about you. Desire for significance is you're thinking seriously about the other trees that you need to grow. I'm suggesting choose 12. Choose 12. Marriage is a tree that has to keep growing. 2, let's say your son and your daughter, and then put to that another 9 with whom you are going to grow for life. They may be spiritually like you. They may come from your work field. They may come from some association. Of course, men best have best men friends, and women best have best women friends. Better to keep that margin. So this is called Epiphany. I have got all these notes from Kasi Karsten, the founder of World Needs a Father. Excellent program. It impressed me greatly when I first sat through this. Yes. So the common characteristics of the last part of your success season. Why am I saying, no, your life is only 43, maybe you're 48, maybe you're 50. If you're 50 or 7 years a little late to think on these things, but still, you may be on a success roll, but already you find that the success roll over the last 3 years was a little grumpy, little bumpy, rough weather. All that means is now, it is not only your tree. For stability, you grow other trees around you, and your joy becomes seeing that they become as tall as you are, as well rooted as you are, as well branched as you are, as fruitful as you are. You get the idea? So now you have become not only keeper of one tree, but you're going to become a keeper of an orchard. Then you need the wisdom of the one who made the first orchard, God the Father, more and more in your life, because He's the one who knows the seasons, time of activation, the seed bag for that season, and the best harvest possibilities. He knows. So from Joseph, when he spoke to a man called Joseph, he said, your branch will always be fruitful. 2, he said, your branch will go over walls, meaning whatever obstruction comes, you will rise, grow tall, and you will send your branch over the obstruction, over boundaries, over boulders, over barricades. So you never cease to grow, and those obstructions, you turn the adversity into a time of prosperity. This is called favor. This is called the help of the Good Shepherd, who runs this orchard now, your tree, and now you are thinking of other trees growing up with you. So the epiphany is this: we enter a period of critical question and realization. That is, now you are getting ready for a complete, not turn around, a metamorphosis. You are thinking of, how do I develop other trees like me? All this time you said, my branches, me and my branches, me and my fruit, me and my visibility, me and my success. Now you are saying, I need to do an orchard. I should be helping other trees. So that comes from the old book of Genesis, chapter 1, be fruitful. Then you multiply as much as you can. And then you fill and fulfill your portion. Then comes the stewarding of the orchard, getting others to be fruitful, multiply, and fill and fulfill their season and their portion, then you have stable relationships all around you. You're not a lone ranger, you're not a lone tree. Others who are well related to you, in fact deeply grateful to you, becoming trees in your relational circle. So we start yearning for more than success. We face questions like, what have I lost with all that I have gained? What could I lose in order to gain in the future? So you are saying, what are the things that need to drop off? What are the things that need to keep growing? How do I get these other trees to root well? My own children, how do I get them to root well? How do we root our marriage for our next season? How do we plow through, dig through to another table of life? And how do we increase by duplicating ourselves in others? This is the Creator's model of success to significance. We can call this message success to significance, or beginning half-time well, knowing that this will also be a very good season in life. We realize that we don't just want achievements, we want to leave a legacy. So this is success to legacy. We ask ourselves, what is stopping me from engaging in my true calling, that the thing that I will be made known for, that I will become known for? One, of course, is how well our children grow. Two, how well we keep our marriage going. Then how we planted that orchard that everybody said that was his life work. So I'll get on to this maybe in the night. Thank you for listening.